Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents G.I. Joe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the G.I. Joe Classified Series 60th Anniversary Action Soldier Infantry. Let's get into it! Let's begin this tour of duty with a look at the packaging. And then here we have on the top the classified G.I. Joe Star 60th anniversary from 1964 to 2024. So that's a nice little logo there. A little bit of a window right here and a hook. Then that window goes round to the front side. Nice big window where it comes with a nice big window. Showcasing the figure and all of its accessories, or at least for the most part. Then we've got some nice little artwork right here. 60th anniversary logo. Action Soldier Infantry. G.I. Joe Classified Series. Hasbro print. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, recycled stuff, and a barcode. On this side, we've got some nice artwork there. G.I. Joe Classified Series, 60th anniversary. On this side, a repeat of that same artwork, just a little less of it. Nice digital render down here of the figure G.I. Joe Classified Series. Here's the QR code. If you want to scan it, it probably just takes you to shop.hasbro.com rather than anything meaningful for this character. Then on the back, we've got a nice practical photography shot. 60th anniversary logo. Some digital renders of close-ups of stuff you can do there with the figure. The G.I. Joe Star Action Soldier Infantry includes one figure and 25 pieces. Not accessories, but pieces. Parents, GIJoe.com. Warning, attention, Octoon, don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Attention, especially don't stick it in your French pie hole. Small fine legalese made in China print and Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his plethora of accessories. And first up, let's start with this. When G.I. Joe first came out, this was a staple of the line. Each figure came with dog tags, and it could have been some accessory sets that came with dog tags as well. But I always remember, not that I was a big G.I. Joe 12-inch collector back in the 60s or anything, but what I've seen, you know, leads me to believe that all of them came with dog tags, at least the military ones. When it came to Adventure Team and stuff like that, maybe not so much, but it looks like it's molded in the silver plastic, but I could be wrong. It could be a paint app, because I'm not seeing the swirls or the twirls, and it is a bit flexible, so that's not a bad thing. Then he's got all kinds of little pouches and stuff for the ports on his vest. And here's one. And here's another one that has the G.I. Joe Star on it. And here's a double pouch. I want to call this a Molly pouch. I'm not sure. And then here's another pouch in that same style. He comes with this radio. This is his sidearm. Nice molded details in it, and it's all one color plastic. And just all the other accessories I just looked at, all that applies as well. And then he has a gun that takes this canister of ammunition. You can see there's a nice gold paint out for the brass. Nice molded details as well. This is the rifle that it goes with. And again, nice molded details, all molded in one color plastic. Now I will say, like, carrying it by this handle might not be a good idea for him because it's a little flimsy. In fact, this plastic is just a little flimsy altogether. The way this one works is, you can see there's a port in there. It's a post, and it's shaped so that it only goes one way. And you just get it up in there, and the bullets feed right into the receiver. So then he also has an extra set of hands, and they look to be trigger finger hands. In and out hinges, and that is for the left and the right. No, this one is an up and down hinge, so it's different. Still a trigger finger hand, it looks like, though. Let's see. Here's his smaller rifle. And again, nice molded details, molded in one colored plastic. It does have this hinge right here. And it also has a removable magazine. Here's the magazine. Again, everything I said about the other accessories holds true for the magazine. And it just, there's a port right there, and it just ports into the weapon. Here is an alternate handle for the Modus. And here is the Modus, and I have to say it's a pretty good looking piece there. It's got a, you know, where you can put the ammo belt in. It's got a hinge there for the tripod, and it can swivel on there as well. But nice molded details. Again, molded all in one color plastic. And here it has the standard, I guess what you could call the standard grips for it on there, but you can just pop those out and pop the other one in if you like that look better. So then here's the tripod for it, and again, it does have some nice details in it. No paint apps, one color of plastic, and it's got a port right here and the post on the hinge for the Modus. It just goes in there, and again, it can swivel and it can tilt, so that's pretty cool. And then here is the ammo belt for that, and it looks like it's molded in this goldish color, and then this is the paint app. And as far as it goes, and I don't know if this is the correct side to load it or not. I've never fired one of these weapons, but from either side you can just slide it in there, and then the empty part comes out, and then you've got a belt of ammo. It probably needs to be heated up and molded a little bit. And here we have the stand. We've seen this before, prevalently in the retro line, also in some exclusives. and it's just molded in that same colored plastic as the rest of the accessories. And overall, I mean, it's a nice little design on it. Next up here we have hood down for, I guess it's the chemical hood maybe, but he doesn't have any gas mask or anything. So, but anyway, there it is with hood down, and here's the hood as it appears up. A little bit of molded detail in it, nice little wrinkles and stuff, and then molded in one color plastic and no paint apps as well. And it's a bit soft, and that's okay for that particular piece. Here we have his helmet, and it is molded in this color, and then it has these paint apps on it, and it's got some nice molded details in it. Too bad you can't, you know, it didn't come with a night vision thing that would plug in. That would have been cool. Here we have the alternate head, so you can troop build with this if you wanted to. Nice molded details, nice. I'm assuming they are using the inkjet face printing, even though there's not a lot of face showing. But it looks pretty good, and it's molded nicely. Here is his backpack, and I want to say I've seen this with somebody before, but I cannot think of it right off. And there's so much reuse going on in this line right now that I couldn't tell you. But it does have some nice textured details on it and nice mold altogether. It's got posts on either side so that he can store some of his weapons. His bag's got all kinds of little pouches and stuff on it. Nice wrinkles, and again that textured detail, which they didn't have to put on this side, but they did. And then the port that plugs, or the post that plugs into the port on its back. The last thing we have is, I'm going to call this a poncho. That might not be the correct term for it, but it's soft goods. And, you know, it's Hasbro soft goods. And I would say it looks pretty cool. I do like this camouflage pattern. The seams tend to be a little bit big, but, you know. And then it's got this big pocket on the front. And guess what? It's an actual pocket. You can put stuff in here. I don't know if you can put much stuff in it, but it is usable. So that's a little bonus I wasn't expecting. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. And as you can see, the heads pretty much look the same to me, except for the coloration. So, could be the same mold. It wouldn't surprise me. And that's okay, because it works for what it is. But a lot of this is molded in solid, or it's molded in this, I guess, tan color. They'll make fun of me. I'm handicapped, colorblind. Handicapped people don't make fun of them. And it looks like, you know, it's maybe the camouflage is some kind of tampo, perhaps. And then he's got this big vest overlay, but he does have a standard ab hinge in here, but he has a ball joint at the waist, so that helps a little bit. But the vest, it's got a paint app here and here, and that is pretty much it. And again, I think all the camouflage here is tampos, and most everything is just molded in the correct colors, or the solid colors. So maybe some paint app here for the fingers. And overall, I think he looks pretty nice. Well, let's take a look at his articulation. So he can look up that high, and he's on, it's a dumbbell at the top and a ball joint at the bottom. So he's got some chicken neck, he's got waggle, he can do the full exorcist, 360-degree rotation at the shoulder, and it's on a butterfly hinge. It goes back that far and forward that far. He can raise his arm up slightly better than 90 degrees, it looks like. Cut at the upper bicep for a full 360 degrees of rotation. Double hinged pinless elbow, and it gives you that much bend. And then trigger finger hand again on an in and out hinge, and then here's another one again and on up and down hinge like the other one. What was the difference? Oh, I see. I thought it was gloves, but the gloves are fingerless. So this goes, these hands are the same hands, they just go with the other head. Duh. I'm a dingus sometimes. I really thought they were fingered gloves. So, the ab hinge, he can lean back that far, and that's in addition to the ball hinge at the waist. So he can lean back that far. He can lean forward about that far, and he can lean left and right, and he's got a little bit of hula in there. He can do the full 360 degrees at the waist, pull down hinge at the hips, and he can give you that much of the splits. He kicks forward a little less than 90 degrees and back about a full step. There's a cut at the upper thigh, full 360 degrees of rotation there. Just watch out for these pouches. Double hinged pinless knee, and it gives you that much bend. At the mid shin, there is a boot cut for another 360 degrees of rotation, and at the ankle it tilts down that far, it tilts up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. Now, I'm sorry this review is going to be long, it's just the way it is, but I'm not gonna really do all of the accessories, I guess, because I pretty much covered the Mod Deuce already. And as far as the hood things go, you know, you just slide it on there if you want him with the hood and the hood down. That one, hood on. That one. It's easier to get on than it is to get off. And the poncho, you have to pop the head off to get the poncho on. I probably won't display mine with the poncho. It's nice to have it. But I probably will not display mine with this. And then the backpack can still plug in, and this will just drape over it. And as far as the little pouches go and stuff, I'm not going to go over every single pouch, but basically they have a post. There's ports in the vest, and you just work them in there. It might take a minute. So like that. And he's got several, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, or 2 on the very front, 2 on the front sides, 2 on the back, 1 on the back of the belt. And that one's really for the, I guess you could put one of the pouches in there, or the radio. It just depends on what you want him to do. And then the helmet, it just slides over his head. I won't say it's the best. It doesn't stay the best. It fits good. It just, you can't just grab it by the helmet to turn his head. So, oh, another thing I forgot while I had the head off, so I'll just pop it right back off. Is the dog tags. You just loop those around his neck. And I'm guessing you could put them under the vest or whatever if you wanted to. So there's that. As far as the backpack goes, you just make sure the hole in the vest and the port in the back are lined up. And it just ports right in there. And as far as the weapons go, the trigger guard goes over. Well, that doesn't fit very well. Let's see, the other side isn't any better, so they'll hang on there, but they won't stay. Or at least that one won't. Let's see what the other one does. You can't put it on there with the ammo box, but it's really loose too, so those posts for these weapons are a waste. Unless you wanted to give him some different weapons, I guess you could do that. And let's see, what are we missing? The sidearm goes into the thigh holster, just like that. And then again, the radio ports in here on the back. I'm not sure if I like the way that sits or not. It's similar. Somebody else had that. Was it Grunt? I don't remember. But that's really the only one of those posts that'll fit in. It's too small to go into these. So you might do better trying to fit one of the smaller pouches on there, but they look like their posts are too big. So that could be an issue too. But he will not store all of his stuff. So that's a thing with this G.I. Joe line that, you know, I really count on being able to store all or most of the accessories, and this one just isn't doing it. So, but there it is, my friends, a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series 60th Anniversary Action Soldier Infantry with the G.I. Joe Classified Series Grunt and the G.I. Joe Classified Series Male Steel Core from the Steel Core 2-pack. Here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series 60th Anniversary Action Soldier Infantry with the Valaverse Action Force Steel Brigade and the Valaverse Action Force Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Night Ops Steel Brigade. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series 60th Anniversary Action Soldier Infantry, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. Our final Classified Series comparison, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Series 60th Anniversary Action Soldier Infantry, I'm going to say this. It does have some flaws. And it's not major things, but it's just little bitty things like the, you know, the rifles or the long weapons won't store on the backpack pegs. You know, that's an issue there. And all of the little pouches and stuff don't plug in, especially like you can see that port on his belt right there. You can put the radio there or on the side, but one of the, you know, the little pouches won't attach there, and I would really have liked that the smallest one I would have liked to have gone on his belt. And I'm sure I could probably stretch it out a bit and get it to do what I want it to do, but that's, you know, again, very, very minor issues. I do like tons and tons of accessories with this guy. And, you know, he's even got soft goods poncho that has an actual working pocket in the front of it. And that is, you know, I don't remember having seen that in a long time, if ever, in this scale. In any line. At least any line that I collect. And, you know, I think if you want just a regular, normal army builder, army guy, then this is the guy for you. If it sells well, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a few more versions of this, maybe with a different loadout, and hopefully a backpack whose storage options actually work. But, you know, like a regular woodland camouflage soldier, and maybe even an Arctic one, but I don't see that happening as much as if this one does well, that they'll give us the more brown camouflage type. Maybe even an urban camouflage type with the digital and city colors. I'm not sure. I mean, there's lots of things they could do with this one. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you're interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you. But only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content, or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.